Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Happy Sunday and welcome to the Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel. Wanted to thank all the new subscribers for hitting the subscribe button and hanging out with us here on the channel. And I do hope and pray that you are picking up some really good jewelry making ideas and being inspired to create. And what I'm making necklaces right now. So I had sat down a couple minutes ago and started to make a necklace. So I did get my wire cut, and I heard like all this noise and just a whole lot of something going on. So you know how a couple of minutes go by and you still hear all the noise. So what I did is I got up and I looked outside out my window, and my neighbor's son, my neighbor who lives right across the street from me, her son has a mental disability, and he was out there in a physical altercation with another neighbor that lives down the street. So these two little boys, not little boys, because they're like probably 22, 23 years old now, and they literally grew up together. And I'm like, what in the world? So they out there fighting, and then my neighbor, she runs and jumps on her son to shield her son from being kicked and hit on by these other two boys. And I just looked at that and I'm just like, wow, you know what? As a mom, I probably would have did the same thing. And I'm just like, how crazy this is. So I had to say to the young men, hey, can you guys just stop now? Because you did what obviously you wanted to do. You know, you kicked him, you hit him, you did everything you wanted to do. He's bleeding now. So just kind of let it go. You know, so they grabbed their little hats and stuff and went walking down the street. And I'm just like, wow, how crazy it is. And you can tell it was something really emotional. I don't know what happened. I didn't ask no questions or nothing else, but I'm just like, wow, you just have to really be careful in your dealings with people. I don't care who it is, you know, because somebody's emotions will get to the ceiling, and then before you know it, you're fighting with somebody, or you know, some craziness is going on. But anyway, this pendant, um, I had already made this pendant. So what I did, because the bell on this pendant is so high up, I went ahead and made some charms. So I'm thinking with the charms will get rid of a lot of that space. And I did it, wrapped it with the wire like this on purpose because I like the way it looks. So I went ahead and did it that way. But I wasn't thinking, okay, the further up you go, that's going to create more space right there. And you already know I don't like all that space. So the next time I make the bail this way with the wire wrap like that, I'll be careful to, you know, fold it down further and then, you know, make it just a smaller bail instead of this. But what I'm going to do to try to hide some of that openness is I'm going to put some, these coconut chips. I'll go ahead and put these on here. And then I got some pretty big ones. So hopefully this will work out like I think it's going to work out. And if not, this will be a necklace I'll just have to deal with. You know, and then again, I won't be wearing it. So, you know, somebody else might like it. And that does cover it some. So I do like the way that looks. So let's do this. And we are going to be using some of the I was gonna call these my watermelon beads, but what happened is I didn't put the black on here, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and use these green ones. These are the 25 millimeters. These are on the Jewelry by BDK website. So let's do, I'm gonna go ahead and let's put another coconut chip. And I looked out there and they just fighting, and she laid on top of her son as a shield. And I'm like, wow, I probably would have did the same thing. But I could say this for my son. My son is not getting ready to get whooped on. He just ain't getting ready to be doing all that. He's past all that anyway. He's 29, but even when he was a younger person, I had him like in karate and like all kind of stuff. And he never used it, you know, just to be using it. But he ain't gonna be taking no whoopings. He ain't gonna be doing all that. So I would hope that I would never have to see myself doing that, you know, trying to shield my baby. But I just thought about it. I was like, shoot, any mother with good sense would, you know, would do the same thing more than likely. I was just like, wow, you just got to really be careful. Um, I think I might like it. Let's finish it because you can still see it's like a lot of space. And like I said, somebody else might like it, and I might even be able to put a couple more charms right there. But let's see. We're gonna get it done. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a couple more beads. There's always a lot going on somewhere. Oops. And what I did is I grabbed two beads. Now I'm going to try both of these to see which one looks the best. I'm going to try something real quick. I was going to say, as big as this hole is, and it's hard for that to go through. I kind of, sort of, let me look at it real quick. Kind of, sort of. Let me see. Kind of, sort of. Let me put some beads on it and see what we get. And I was going to use the metal wire covered bead, only because the pendant has so much wire. Okay, so let's just get a look at it. It's not bad. Not bad, but to me, when I look, it's not bad, but let me try this one. Because it really has to have a certain look for me to really like it. And sometimes it takes a minute. I have to sit something to the side and, let it sit there for a while and let it catch me off guard. I'll turn and look at it and I'll be like, oh, that's real nice. Or I might turn and look at it and be like, I don't even like the way that looks. So with this looks better. And the reason to me why it looks better is because of the wire. So see, all that ties in really well together. Because you have all your wire here, wire work, and then you have all your wire work down here. So this plays in really good together. So I'm gonna finish beating it up. And this will just have all the big beads on it. 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, and then I'll see what I probably have. Well, I might have enough beads. I was going to say I might have to, because I did make some of these beads for myself. And I might have to, well, no, that's just enough beads. Because the idea 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Oh, you know what happened is because I do have this other bead on here. So let's see. I do like this, and I think what I will do, I think I'm let's see something. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave it just like this because I do like it. And I almost want to put like right here. I almost want to put some more coconut chips, like a couple of small ones, and then put the bigger ones around it, or even find a different spacer bead that's bigger and that closes closer to this. So I might even do that. Let's see. Actually, that does not look too bad at all. So that's not bad. And then I'm thinking I might be able to put a couple more charms here and then just kind of fill it out even more, like right here, and then it'll just be a nice charm necklace. So like really fill it in right here, and then that takes away some of that space, and then I'll have kind of like that. But I do like the way it looked. I like the way the beads are married together. And I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave it like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just I do need to Did I use these little small ones? Oh, I did use these. These little bitty small ones just to cover that big hole. So I'll put these little small beads right here. And I'm putting those on there as like kind of like a cap because the hole is so big on the beads. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll this off. Close that side off some. And then we'll go ahead and close this side. And I like to use my fingers. And I like to use my fingers because the fingers just give it that nice, like handmade look. When you use the pliers, it gives you, of course, a perfect circle. I don't want a perfect circle. I want it to look like it's been handmade. So anytime you're doing handmade, it has a different, it's more character. It looks different. You can tell it's been handmade. So what I'm doing now is just taking this wire and I'm going to take it and round it. Smash it down in there. I don't want to feel anything. Oh shoot, that came all the way out. And I was just thinking, people are a trip. I had saw something today, and it's like anytime you come into a new environment, you really have to be careful about how you present yourself. Not unless you present yourself as your real self, and I appreciate that when you present yourself as your real self. Especially like with women, women need to be really careful. When you walk into new environments and the first thing you do is pay attention to men, that says a whole lot about you. Like your attention literally, is on men and you just got there. So it's like, I just be looking at people and just be thinking to myself, wow, the craziness of people and the way that people are, especially a lot of these women. Okay, so, and I said that to say, women, stop always, presenting yourself as loose. If you a loose woman, stop always being loose. Be careful about the environments that you go in, and then you wonder why people, got not an attitude towards you, but they treat you a certain way. Well, because they done already picked up on your energy. They already know and see what you about, and you wonder, well, she don't like me because no, she don't like you because she know you horse. That's all that is. And that's why people ain't feeling you too tough. Because you're running around here presenting yourself like a Jezzy. So stop doing that. I like the way this came out. And I did already make the earrings. Don't they look like kind of like a watermelon? Okay. And what I might do, because these are my beads, what I might do is go back and put little black dots. Put some little black dots on it and make it look more like a little watermelon. But I like the way this came out. I like it. I'm gonna leave it like this. Because my whole concern is like right here in this little part, because I'm looking at it and I can put a couple of more charms like right up in there just to fill it out, because the more charms I put on here, it'll just begin to stack up and fill that up right there. And I might do that. I don't even have to take the necklace apart to do that. I can just, add the charms on here with some jump rings. So that's my main concern. But I really like it. I like how all the beads, how everything marries well together. The earrings are really lightweight, and you can see I added a green one and a blue, these little frost 6mm beads. And I do like the way this look. I also was thinking to hang something, maybe a charm from the earring, but I think I'm gonna just go because I got so much going on down here, and I am gonna put more charms down here. So that's what I'll do. I really, really, really love the way this looks. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do some pink beads. I'm gonna do some pink beads and with what is that? Let me see. The pink beads like I'm gonna do some pink beads more like these right here and make a necklace, do a nice big pendant because I have an idea for a nice big pendant that I'm going to literally make from scratch. So I have an idea and I was kind of working on it last night. It didn't come out like I wanted it to look like. So I said, okay, after I finished it, I can see what else I wanted to do with it. So when I put the beads on the wire, I have to make sure to make the beads loose instead of making them nice and tight. So I'll make the beads loose when I put it on the wire, making a circle, and then I can do what I want to do from there. So I'm going to be doing that. I think I'm going to do that on camera too. Well, maybe not because I want to see what it comes out like first. And then once I'm able to master it, then I'll put it on video. But anyway, for right now, this is the necklace set. I like this. That's really nice. Really nice. Y'all let me know what you think about it. And again, thank you to all the new subscribers. I do hope that you are being inspired and motivated to create if that's what you do. Or even if you just like watching, the videos and just seeing the jewelry making ideas. That's cool too. Whatever provoked you to hit subscribe and, to watch the videos. That's really cool. I appreciate that. And all the emails. I read a couple emails this morning, where people just kind of expressing that they like the channel, that they're inspired by the channel, and like all the jewelry and stuff that I make and all that good stuff. And I appreciate that. Really do appreciate that. And thank you. Couldn't say thank you enough, but I say thank you, and I do appreciate you all too. And guess what, family? We'll talk.